Guys, this is just my take on the sensational news of Sharukh Khan's son Aryan Khan's arrest uh, and the kind of sensationalization that has crept into the media, and the entire nation is shocked at the way this case is being handled. Aryan's bail plea states there is no evidence against him. In fact, he wasn't found in possession of any sort of narcotic, whether it's banned pills or marijuana or other sorts of, But he was found to be accompanying those who probably possessed, and the Mumbai court on Friday rejected his bail plea, and of the two others who were among the 8 arrested, in fact 9 people altogether have been arrested on the raid, and this seems to be, appears to be like a witch hunt instead of a real watchdog. So the NCBM, National Crime Bureau, has even addressed the media today, and they have clarified their position that this has got nothing to do with the kind of canards being spread regarding this national institution. And Kranti Redka reveals this person, and NCB director Samir Wankare, has got a booming career because the last 1 year he has been in the limelight because of his good job, and he has been very successful in nabbing some of the hardcore criminals, and has been behind lots of raids. One recently that needs to be mentioned, the 1,600 kilograms of narcotics were found to be. These were the largest cache, and this was at the port of Adani, and the recent news says that Adani's port has stopped any freight forwarding having to deal with 3 countries: India, Pakistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. Because fingers being raised about the handling of this port, where such a large cache was brought to the notice, and this is just an iota of kind of large international rackets or drug agencies or illicit trafficking that's happening, and since it's a high profile case because of some people involved, including some people from the Bollywood, and it seems like there's an attempt in targeting Bollywood in drugs bust, and the NCB is targeting certain family because of their being on the top family of India, and the image is being tarnished in one sense or the other. Sharukh Khan has had sleepless nights, and refuting all those such reports. In fact, this NCB Samir Wankare, they told Times of India in an interview that there's nothing sort of vendetta politics, and they have arrested more than 300 people in the last 10 months. And it's not a targeted attempt at nabbing certain people, and then entire film industry. You remember there was a case of Sushant Singh Rajput and Riya Chakraborty. She was hunted for being in possession or being a party to this sort of nexus between the drug lords, and since in this case the best thing about Sharukh Khan's son's case is that no drug was recovered from his possession, and he was just a party to reverie, or there's that kind of night out, or on this ship there was just a party thing. It's a social gathering, and it's not uncommon among people or the people of, high profile celebrities to have night outs in the company of rich people. What has been found is nothing but cash of 100,000 plus, and some amount of drug that included, I guess, some sort of ganja, and I don't know exactly what's the nature of those drugs, but whether it's a case of innocence or whether it's a case of false implication, the present crime, the court unfortunately couldn't grant the bail because of technical, judicial technical reasons, because it didn't stand the scrutiny of the standard procedure that is always followed by whenever the person has to be taken for remand, or whenever the person has to be granted bail. So it's quite unfortunate that this so far, apparently without having possession of the drug, I had to spend nights in the NCB office, and it seems like the ordeal is not over yet. And now there is a claim that Samir Wanghade claimed that he's being stalked by Mumbai police, and the Maharashtra government, Nawab Malik, has the opinion that there have been flagrant flouting of the norms, and because two individuals, including 9 witnesses that this NCB has produced, 2 of them have been associated with the NCB office much earlier. The one self-claimed detective who doesn't have a clean image, and he has been arrested for some kind of fraudulent behavior. And the other guy, he also self-proclaimed sympathizer, or you can say a law-abiding citizen who claims to have helped the NCB in not only raiding or nabbing or bringing some clandestinely operated activities to the limelight. So and it's being suspected as if this BJP member has been a party to this entire move of implicating certain people of certain class and certain celebrity status, and bringing some sort of bad name to the entire industry, simply because they probably belong to a minority community. But it's still to be seen or to be observed whether this is a case of vendetta, whether it's because the advocate, the high profile advocate Satish Manushinde, has been providing the legal advice, and he had assured the superstar Arya would be out soon. But to my utter dismay and the disappointment of the millions of fans of Sharukh Khan and all the sympathizers of the film industry fraternity, they have been really disappointed with this kind of bail petition being rejected, and the guy, the innocent guy, so far until proven guilty, has had to spend sleepless nights in the office, and then so it's a really devastating moments. It's really heartbreaking, heart-wrenching for the parents, and some of the people are squarely blaming Sharukh Khan to be a negligent parent, or probably not living up to the expectation of what a parent should have been, as a kind of demanding on. But it doesn't gain much ground. There's no plausible explanation of that. If a child misbehaves or has been partying or has been found involved in extravagance or revelry of some sort, that has to be termed as a culpable offense or a kind of sinful act. So there are there are some compelling evidences that arguments in Aryan Khan's bail application, that first of all he wasn't found in possession of, then he has this clean track record, and then he was a guest. In fact, he has been called by other people, his friends and other those other members of the so indirectly or directly, this Aryan Khan doesn't and cannot be held entirely responsible for the kind of cash or the kind of activities that were going on there. So obviously the parents are really worried, and everyone is disturbed. In fact, the whole nation is watching with abated breath what's happening to it. And Sharukh Khan has been meeting his lawyers, desperations bring Aryan home, and no contraband to be found in his belongings. So, and Aryan has been extremely cooperative during the integration and will continue to do so. His advocate ensured to the NCB in the court. So the thing is, what happens, if in case of such kind of activities involved, there have been, maligning the. Like today, there was a press conference where this NCB people, they have tried to clarify the rumors that there has been any nexus between the agency and the ruling government or the BJP per se, because BJP is in the opposition in Maharashtra, and Maharashtrian government has been telling, like Nawab Malik has had a very vocal and categorical statement in favor of that there are two guys who are outsiders who have been a party to the NCB raids, and they have been brought as a witness, but in fact they have been found to be assisting in the nabbing of Aryan Khan from his the fleet, this cruise, and what are those two guys, an outsider, doing unofficially, and people are raising questions about the entire move of processing and doing this. So the entire film fraternity, like Hrithik Roshan and even those who are detractors, like this Kangana Ranaut, they have been in categorically join hands with and allaying the fear and trying to bring hope that nothing is going to be to harm the guy who is apparently innocent. And Maharashtra police, the union government, the NCB, so it falls in the, because NCB, Samir Wankade has been insisting on having judicial remand, and probably in the hope of or with the promise that he is going to really bust a bigger racket than the eyes meet. So those who now the thing is that if an agency of national status brings about raids and brings about the cases which is not in accordance and commensurate with the legal justice system, and if a person without possession of the narcotics and is held in the remand or judicial custody without substantial evidences to continue with the case, this doesn't augur well for the entire judicial system, because we find that in some cases, certain cases, there are people who have been charged with murder in the Lakhimpur Kheri, and happens to be the minister's son. He refused to even budge, and he was reluctant even to produce himself before the court. So finally he gave in, and so this kind of double standard in the procedure following has been rampant these days, and that's why, you know, raises the eyebrow from all of us. So in fact, it's a setback for not only Sharukh Khan, because he has not been able to bring solace or rescue his son. It's a you know, setback to the entire judicial system, because justice delayed is justice denied, in fact. So we need to look at the prima facie and the documentary evidences and the kind of genuineness of the cases, the kind of involvement, and because there have been corrective measures by filmdom people, you know, stars and celebrities and all. Like Britney Spears was sent to the rehabilitation center for long, and she was released recently. So okay, I mean, there could be some misbehavioral pattern among these people of belonging to the rich family and moneyed class. Although this guy Irfan Khan has an immaculate, you know, profile, and he hasn't been in the limelight. In fact, he has refused to even share the social media platforms, and he has been living a life ostracized and completely of a recluse. And he hasn't ever claimed to be the son of a superstar or King Khan. So what's disconcerting and disheartening is to know that probably the guy belongs to a fraternity, or the parents who have been, you know, ruling the roost, and who have been in the forefront, who is like a, you know, a pole star for the rest of the followers. So this doesn't really tell us in the glowing terms that the film industry, I mean, there are other castes and their children could be the targets tomorrow. The big name, they have got big name, they have got big you know, investment, they have got big, you know, I mean, the stakes are too high for these guys. They're not ordinary people, and they're tax-paying people. They have been assisting government in raising I mean, and millions of rupees in taxes, and they have been running this industry to the best of the interests of the nation. So bringing bad name to such large filmdom with lots of people involved in not only the international arena, but also you know, kind of as an industry, is a flourishing industry, and the children of all. I mean, now I've come to know that Sharukh Khan might be pondering over whether upon his release is going to leave his son flourishing in India, or he should seek a nationality of the other country like England and Canada or somewhere else. Because as a parent, I do feel that every parent, you know, always concerned about and bother of the bright prospects of his children, and we cannot just leave. We might suffer ourselves, but when it comes to saving the morale, the future, the career of our offsprings, we aren't going to make any compromises. So very best to the you know, the guy who has been under you know, the circumstances, unfavorable circumstances. And also I'm wishing the very best and good luck to Sharukh Khan, and not only all his millions of fans who have been praying for the release and the kind of, you know, justice being brought and justice being delivered without much delay. Because if this kind of, you know, case persists, this is going to completely shatter the morale of the child, the young child, probably maybe the most promising cast of future. And anyway, whatever profession he pursues, I mean, is regardless of that, every individual has a right to safeguard his future prospects and has to live in dignity. So I want, I mean, I pray for a decent departure and a decent flourishing career for not only the young son of Sharukh Khan, but also the very best to Sharukh Khan and the entire filmdom fraternity, which have been, you know, the cardinal, one of the, I mean, key sectors of India, and has brought so much of good name all over the world, and we always feel proud of having such cast of the international standard world over. Thank you so much. Let's pray. Let's all of us pray for the togetherness, for the very best of all of us involved.